All right. What's up, everyone?
Hello.
How you doing? Alex Boylan here, co-founder of Dream Job. I'm super excited to have Valerie here, also known as the Trusted Travel Girl. Her story is incredible. When you talk about having a dream job, Valerie definitely has it. I mean, she is a professional travel blogger, content creator, producer. I could go on and on. So we're going to be here to dive into how you got to your dream career.
All right, I'm
Sound
excited.
good?
Yeah, thanks for
All right.
having me.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so I guess the first question is, as a professional travel blogger and content creator, where did your passion for travel begin? Where did it all start?
My passion for travel. I had been traveling since I was like a kid with my parents, and I always was like a good traveler. Even since I was a baby, I was like a good traveler. My parents always told everybody, "Oh, she's a good traveler." So I don't know, maybe it just I heard it a lot, but I liked to travel. I loved seeing new places. I remember like from the time I was a little kid, my parents would explain to me like when we'd be at the pool on vacation, they'd be like, "This is all some people go and do when they're on vacation," but that was like very rare for us. What we would go and do is like explore a country or a culture. So like when we went to Mexico, we were like really like off the beaten path, exploring things as opposed to just like, you know, laying in a pool. And so I think I just developed that love for cultures and
Yeah, and it's
people,
a big part of your you know, all the work you do. I mean,
Yeah.
she's a huge proponent of like female solo traveling.
yeah, and getting off the beaten path,
Yeah,
being
so,
a little like Bourdainish.
So,
I like
so
to
you were
say.
you're fortunate you had like kind of an upbringing kind of showing you that world.
Yeah, I was really lucky. My parents kind of showed me, you know, I've kind of taken it to a whole different level, but
Yeah.
they were the ones that definitely showed me all the good stuff for travel and kind of taught me the stepping stones.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So was there a moment, was there a time when you were like, okay, I love traveling and I want to do this for a living?
Yeah, there definitely was that moment. I was working, I had been really sick with Lyme disease, and then I had gotten better, gone back to school, like tackled all of these things, and then I was working this job that I hated. It sucked. So I was working a job in staffing, and I was bad at it because I hated it. And I was a good salesperson, but like all the other stuff, I was terrible. And I just remember sitting in my apartment, watching TV, I was like, looking up at the television, and I saw Andrew Zimmern from Bizarre Foods, and I used to come home and watch that show like every single day. I'd watch like Andrew Zimmern, and I'd watch Bourdain, and I just remember seeing like, you know, he's the bald guy with the cool glasses, and I was like, if this guy can do this, I can do this. So it was like one of those moments where I was like, I'm gonna have a travel show. Like, I'm gonna start being a traveler. I'm gonna be a travel writer. Like, it was just that aha moment.
Yeah,
and,
so awesome.
Yeah, and what's kind of cool now is like, I've met him and he follows me on
It's
Instagram.
awesome. It's
so
like
cool.
great 360 there.
I know,
huh?
I was like,
that's awesome.
So I always like give him props for being the person that inspired me.
Oh my head, that's
and now
awesome.
the person that inspired him is like one of my best friends. So it's
Oh my head,
full
that's
circle.
awesome.
Yep, full circle.
Okay, so walk, if you could, especially because, you know, our series is all about trying to inspire and give people like the tangible advice
Yeah.
to follow their path. So for you, like, walk us through the steps from saying, okay, I like to travel, this is really fun, to, okay, wow, like, actually I'm making a paycheck on it.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
what was that?
Yeah, it's a 5-year plan. I started Trusted Travel Girl about 5 years ago, coming up this next month.
Wow, congrats.
So thank you. So from that was like the time that I'm telling you, I'm sitting there watching TV going, I want to do that. So basically what I did was I just went online and was like, how do I make a website? And so I made a website and I made Trusted Travel Girl, and I was like, I'm just going to write what I know. And if I build it, they will come. And I was like, I don't know who's coming, but maybe one of my friends will log on. So I didn't tell anybody for a really long time. I was kind of embarrassed because it's like as soon as you own something,
Yeah.
you have to own it and like succeed at it. Otherwise,
Right.
everybody knows that you failed.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest turning point for me, was owning it and being like, I am Trusted Travel Girl, and starting the Instagram account and just hustling hard. So what that looked like is, you know, going to every networking event where I probably shouldn't have even been there at that point, but I was like, I am a travel writer, I'm here, these are my credentials. And I was like,
A little bit of like fake it till you make it kind of stuff?
fake it till you make it, which, yeah, I don't think you should like buy fake followers or anything
Right,
like that.
right,
I'm not
right.
saying that, we're not saying that, but we're saying like, you've got to have that confidence.
Yeah. At some point, I mean, it's interesting when you sit there and say like, okay, I have a website.
Yeah.
You know, I am Trusted Travel.
Yep.
This is my brand.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so then I quit that, well, no, I got fired from that job, but I just started telling people the truth about that, so you guys are the first to know.
Oh, wow. All right. We like to break news here.
So I got fired from that job, and I was like, I am not going back to corporate America. So I started babysitting and nannying, and I was giving tours to people in my car. I'd pick them up at LAX, total strangers, and like give them a tour of LA.
Oh my God!
Collect
That was the
$200 pass go. And
Wow,
say, yes,
that's
yes.
amazing.
So I was doing anything I could to like just make it work. And so all that money, like I'd stop going to Starbucks and all those things, all that money would go to me going on a trip and writing about it. And so I was paying to make my own content
Wow.
as opposed to being paid. So it was really investing in myself and in the dream.
Wow, I think that's like so incredible to hear, and for everyone else to hear, like that, you know, to get there, the investment of not only time but money and all
And
that.
strangers in my vehicle.
And strangers in your vehicle towards LA. What a great.
Not that
what
we're
a-
condoning that.
And so you kind of touched on it, but like, you know, a lot of times people will see, I mean, and we'll tell you about our Instagram account at the end of this, but it's awesome to follow you, and it's, you know, when you, of course, you see yourself in these exotic places doing awesome things,
Yeah.
but there's got to be a lot of challenges,
There are.
right? And can you talk about that?
I have an amazing job and like an amazing life.
Yeah.
Like it's very cool, but there are so many things that you do not see on trustedtravelgirl.com or you don't see on my Instagram if you're just scrolling through. So some of the challenges are still to this day, like trying to get paid. People think that it's a hobby. You know, they call me up and they think I just will go someplace for free, which sometimes I will because I want the content, I want to keep it genuine, I want to keep it real for my audience, but at the end of the day, I need to, you know, I need to pay my own bills when I come home. So that's definitely one of the big challenges in doing this, for sure.
So what, looking towards the future, if you could look back at yourself or talk to someone who wants to be a travel blogger, what are some like tangible tips that you wish someone told you wish you told yourself, or you can tell, you know, an up and coming, you know, travel content creator,
Absolutely.
producer?
So you see these people on like the Oscars or the Grammys, all these celebrities, and they're winning their award, and they're like, dream big, you can do it. Like this is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally,
They're like,
yeah.
you know, just keep dreaming. They're
Yeah, is
talking
that
to all
true?
the
Is
kids
that-
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You're like, I'm dreaming hard, but like, you know, you do, and like but you have to follow it up with the hustle. And I so believe in the power of positive thinking. Like anything I've wanted in my life, like bad enough, I've made it happen. Like I've willed it. So but that means I've hustled for it. Like I said, I was giving rides to strangers in my car to like give them tours of LA. And I think it's just so important to just do whatever you can. Like there's so many resources, whatever it is you want to do. If you want to be a travel blogger, there's 1,000,001 resources on the internet. So you can figure out how to kind of get your foothold. You can take an online course, but the other thing is, you know, besides the hustle, is you just have to, you know, you have to have a plan. And if you want to be a travel blogger, I think that you need a niche, and you need to be an expert on whatever it is that you're gonna present yourself
Really
as.
interesting. Yeah.
So you have
Give an example of that. Like, so when you say niche, like is your niche solo female travel?
It is.
Okay.
And when I started, solo female travel and off the beaten path travel were my thing. But there was no such thing as a solo female traveler. Now we hear all about it, and you see all of us on Instagram. But at the time, that was a niche. Now I think you have to go even more specific.
Like for a location or just a way of travel?
Just a way of travel, just what it is that you're going to be an expert at. I know
Great
that
advice.
there's definitely women of color that have found their niche that way and have really like given a voice to people that haven't otherwise had a voice. So it's just really finding whatever like makes your heart beat, and just trying to narrow that down a little bit. And that might take some time. Like that might take some travels and some writing to figure out what it is that you like writing about or like doing the most when you travel. And as long as you're narrowing it down, and then you're just doing like, do your research, read every book you can, read every article, read the New York Times, like read the newspapers.
Yeah.
I know people don't do that anymore, but you just have to absorb everything in your realm so that you can become an expert on it, so that people will listen to you. Because if you're not an expert and the people that you're talking to know more than you do, then they're gonna be like, why am I listening to you?
Yeah.
So that's super important to build a
And that's
brand.
fantastic advice. You know, find your niche. You know, you gotta hustle. You gotta read. You gotta take these classes.
And you don't have to start
And
as an expert.
I always tell people, do you know how many online classes I take?
Yeah.
I'm always taking an online
Really?
class. Yeah, always. I have 2 right now that I'm working on. Like it's just, I just feel like we just live in this fast-paced world, and Dream Job is a lot in the content business too. and so you always just have to learn.
You always have to learn
always learning.
something.
And the whole idea of positive thinking can't, like, speak enough about that. Like, I just started doing, I did my first 2 vision boards.
Oh,
Like, one for business, one for personal.
I need to
And
learn
yeah,
to do these.
oh yeah, I highly suggest it. So, Valerie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you so much. You have to follow her on Instagram and all her travels. I mean, at Trusted Travel Girl.
Yep. Send me a message, send me a DM if you have any questions. I'm always happy to answer.
That was awesome. Thank you for being part of it.
Thank you
Dream
for
Jobbing
having
with
me.
Valerie, Trusted Travel Girl. Cheers, everyone. That was awesome.
Was that good?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
You want